Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Lavender line from Camille Rose Naturals. This line consists of 6 products that all contain ingredients that are meant to promote healthy hair growth and length retention. The collection can be purchased on Camille Rose's website for $50. The first product is the Fresh Cleanse. It contains apple cider extract for clarifying, but it is also moisturizing and detangling. It has a light lavender fragrance. Next is the Quench Deep Conditioner. It contains argan mint oil and aloe leaf juice. It has decent slip, so I was able to detangle with it in the shower. And it does provide a tingling sensation on your scalp from the mint oil. Next is the Shaken Hair Spritzer. This can be used on wet or dry hair to condition and detangle. I didn't use it in this demonstration, but I did use it as a refresher spray, and it was a little oily for my liking. The whipped cream leave-in softens, detangles, and moisturizes with olive fruit, rosemary extract, and lavender oil. This was the first product I used in the demonstration. The next product I used was the Crush Defining Gel. This gel contains coconut, jojoba, and lavender oils and claims to define and add extra hold. Finally, the Edge Glaze claims to condition, shine, and tame delicate edge strands with blends of fresh chamomile flower and moisturizing castor oil. And it comes with a convenient flip top. So here are all the products. You can pause the video here if you want to read about each one. They all contain the same light lavender scent, which is pretty manageable on their own, but when you're using all the products together, the scent can get a little overpowering. So just keep that in mind if you're sensitive to smell. So I'm starting off with freshly washed and deep conditioned hair that has already been detangled in the shower. And I'm just re-wetting it with water to make sure that it's prepared for styling. I find that with these products, because they are so thick, it works best on soaking wet hair. I'm starting with the whipped cream leave-in, and I found out later off camera that these two products that I ended up using together actually don't mix well, so they aren't intended to be used together, but I did end up using them for my wash and go. So I started with the whipped cream leave-in. It's very thick, very creamy, and it does smooth through the hair pretty easily, but it does leave a lot of frizz, as you can see. So I kept adding more, which was probably a mistake because this leave-in really just is not meant to be used with other products, and you'll see why a little bit later. But I applied that first in my hair, just making sure to smooth it through all of my strands. Then I section into smaller pieces to go in with the gel. Now the Crush Defining Gel, it actually plays well with other products decently. I mixed it on my hand with a couple other products and it seemed to work okay, but with this leave-in, it does not work well. You can see that my hair is still pretty frizzy and I'm trying to kind of rake it through and work it in with the leave-in conditioner, but it's just not really working very well. And I read later on the products that the leave-in conditioner and the gel are meant to be used separately, but they can be used with the Shaken Hair Spritzer if you need a little extra moisture. So now I know that, I can try that later on, but I was struggling a little bit in this video because I didn't know that at the time, and you can see I was looking at my hand because the products were kind of clumping together and curdling on my hands. I didn't get any flakage from it, which usually happens if products don't mix together well, but it clearly was not defining my hair or taming any frizz. A trick that you guys can use if you're not sure if products will work together is to take a small drop of equal size of each product on the back of your hand and mix them together and see if they create a smooth consistency or if they create kind of a curdled cottage cheese consistency. If they do curdle like that, then they probably won't work well together and they may end up flaking in your hair. So I kept trying with these two products and just kind of went through, added more water, just kept working it into my hair to try to see if I could get them to smooth out my strands. And as you can see, it was just really frizzy and not really giving me much definition at all. So when I got to this next section of hair, I tried to do things a little bit differently to see if I could get the products to work a little bit better together. So I used a very small amount of the whipped cream leave-in. You can see like that no natural hair person ever uses that little bit amount of leave-in conditioner. But I tried to do that to see if maybe this product was just too thick and I just needed to use less of it in order for it to work. So I did that, and then just kind of worked it through and made sure that there weren't really any tangles in my hair, and then used the same amount of gel that I used for the other sections. So it did come out a little bit better. This side of my hair tends to be a little bit smoother anyway. I'm not sure if I just have less heat damage or what the deal is with this side, but this tends to be sort of my healthier curl side. So it did smooth through a little bit better, but I'm not sure if that was the technique or if it's just the texture of hair on this side of my head. But there still was a little bit of frizz. It didn't really hold the curl very well, and it wasn't really coming out the way that I wanted it to. So for the next section, I tried another technique, and instead of using the whipped cream leave-in, I just went in with the gel first by itself. And I did that on one small section, and I did not like it at all. It gave me zero definition. It was just frizzy, and my curls were not clumping together at all, and it just did not look good. So I went back with more gel to see if it would work, and I think this gel just does not work in my hair by itself. I think it really does need something underneath for more moisture. So I would probably, if I were to do it this way, I would need to use the shaken hair spritzer first to add a little bit more oil and moisture, and then go in with the gel. But anyway, I didn't really like that, so I went back in with the leave-in conditioner for the rest of the section and did it the same way I did the first section, where I put the leave-in first and then went section by section with the gel. So this last section, I tried to do the same thing, just kind of going through with the leave-in conditioner and smoothing it through, and then I went section by section with the gel. I tried to do different methods, like smoothing it through with praying hands, raking it through, kind of clumping, you know, focusing on the ends, and just trying to do as much as I can to kind of smooth the product through. And it just didn't seem to do much for my hair. I do have to mention that I live in Maryland and it is very humid here right now, so it could be a combination of the products not meshing well together and also the humidity in the air. It's maybe a frizzy wash and go kind of a day, which I have to take into consideration when I'm testing these products as well. So I'm not going to give up on them. Like I mentioned, I'm going to try different combinations with them. Overall, they did feel like a really good consistency in my hair. I just think that I need to figure out what combination works best. If you guys have ever used the latte leave-in from the Camille Rose leave-in collection, I actually mixed that on the back of my hand with the gel, and it seemed to mix well together, so I'm going to try that next. But as you can see, I was not really happy with the results. It was very frizzy, very big, which can be a good thing for first day hair, but not really my favorite. So these are the results after I finished diffusing with the blow dryer. Just very fluffy, very frizzy. There's a little bit of curl definition, but you know, it's very much just a fro kind of look. Not what I usually go for, but you know, it works. I could go out with this and not be too mad about it. I did use the edge glaze, which I liked a lot. It smoothed my edges down pretty nicely. Didn't hold very long, but then again, I've never found an edge control that holds very well. So overall, I did like the edge control. and the results were okay. This is what the back looks like, and that was it. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.